All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to more complexity casting action. coLcast presents Sound Blaster Heroes League Qualifier number 1, the semifinals. We're getting down to the nitty-gritty of it. Top 4 are left while there's still a quarterfinals match going on. But we're getting into the semifinals before we go to a quarterfinals match later between Cat Lo Main's team. Well, they're going to be playing up against One Trick Pony, looking dominant. But right now, we have Vitriolic being led over there by Mikey. He's got Fear the Zap, Probusk, Yolam, some well-known names going up against the guys we just saw take down ISO Paulette. PUDG, Dendi's Jungldevos, seeing if they can do it 2 in a row and advance on to the grand finals. I'm your casting host, Beef, and joining me is Riser of Team TT Esports. Riser, you excited for more Sound Blaster Heroes League action?
Yeah, pretty excited. I'm curious if PUDG or Dendi's Jungldevos is a little exhausted after that match because it was, what, like 70 minutes and it was a nail-biter. So I wonder if they're feeling the effects of that.
Yeah, that's always something that you have to kind of be worried about, is the mental fortitude, the stamina associated with playing a game that was, what was that, 75 minutes?
Yeah, and it was close. I mean, there was, it was intense. So.
Tense. But we have the game already started. Blind Bands going out. Keeper the Forest and Parasite for the Legion team. Mikey's does not want to see that Suicide Keeper, as we did have in the last game, being played by Ultima Defend. Not going to get that hero again. And on the Hellborn side, Fade and Tundra, same bands that PUDG issued in the last games.
Yeah, I was going to ask if it was them that banned Fade and Tundra, because I remember one of the teams did. So I guess that's just their go-to blind bands. Maybe it's Hellborn. They're not interested in playing against, Tundra and Fade with the great amount of map control they provide, which is certainly a viable opinion or whatever. So the locks are coming out, and they just finished. Okay, first locked is Tempest by vtL, followed by Ophelia, Wretched Hag. Next up, Magnus, Aluna, and then finally Wild Soul. So a hero that usually we don't see make it out of the blind bands, and Wild Soul, and last locked by PUDG. So interested to see if they have a Suicide Wild Soul player or someone who likes to play in the jungle.
Yeah, Wild Soul, we talk about it sometimes, that he is a very, very strong Suicide, of course. But in the jungle, he does all right. He certainly doesn't farm as fast as somebody like a Tempest, or even as fast sometimes as somebody like a Keeper of the Forest. And his pushing power isn't as strong, so you like to see him in that Suicide position. We'll see if the other team picks him up, though. You also have a couple of strong initiators there. Well, really just the Magnus. I look at him and I'm like, I want to see that hero in the game. I love watching a Magnus. Magnus means ganking potential. I like watching ganks.
Yeah, I like watching B-Kid play Magnus and Behemoth. It's just absurd how good he is at those heroes. I personally don't consider Magnus as strong as an initiator compared to, say, like a Pebbles or a Maxis, because I feel like he does best when he baits his team and then he can follow up with that ultimate, as compared to like a Pebbles or a Maxis who just, blink in, stun immediately, teamfight starts. So I think he's kind of weak in that aspect, but when you have someone like B-Kid playing it, it's, on a whole different level. So, yeah, always a very fun hero to watch. The turnaround potential is, enormous.
Yeah, definitely. Bands coming out now. Mikey's has chosen to ban Meraxis, Plague Rider, and Silhouette, so takes out that strength-initiating hero. Meraxis not going to be able to get in there, get the Quake down, deal the damage, and still remain tanky enough to survive. Then he also chooses to remove Plague Rider, another strong Suicide hero, and Silhouette. She needs no introduction. One of the best carries, if not the best carry in the game. Vitriolic says, not today.
Yeah, definitely the most popular and powerful, probably the best range carry. I think Draconis is really good, but yeah, Hellborn team gonna ban Jeraziah, don't remove that cheese factor. Engineer, this super strong dual lane hero, and then the Dark Lady, the hard melee carry that so many people just absolutely hate playing. I believe they banned Dark Lady last game as well. I think last game they went for the triple carry ban, but this time don't want to deal with Jeraziah, but will ban Dark Lady. So
yeah, Draconis has not been banned. That's one here that they let slip through the cracks. So we'll see if the Dragon does get picked up. Pebbles is the first pick, though, for Vitriolic Gaming. Very, very strong gank potential there. We'll see if they throw in the mid lane with a babysitter. What do you like? What do you think about the Pebbles pick?
Yeah, I think it's good, but I also think what you pointed out, the Dragon is still here, and definitely here you want to pick up. God, he's just, you can go, 0-5 in your lane, 50 gold per minute, whatever, but it doesn't matter because the farming potential is huge. But okay, so War Beast, early pickup by PUDG and Glacius. So, moving that Pebbles Glacius factor, but okay, so Legion says we don't care about Glacius, we'll just take them for it and we'll run him with Pebbles. So, yeah, good answer. Early War Beast pickup. I think War Beast was blind banned against them last game, so maybe this is they really value War Beast. I'm not really 100% sure, but they definitely picked it up very early in their draft.
Yeah, War Beast has that excellent pushing potential, and of course, going into the later stages of the game can carry pretty hard. But like you said, picking it up pretty early. We'll see if vtL can kind of tailor their lineup to hopefully counter it a bit. As they do pick up that Nymph-4, going to add the global presence and an additional threat to the Pebbles with that spam of the Grace of the Nymph. But going in with their last pick here, I'm not really... I kind of feel like they need to go with Wild Soul, but I don't know. What do you feel like out of this lock pool? Or excuse me, out of the... oh, man. Sorry, my brain just exploded there for a second. What do you think they need to pick up with their third pick?
It really depends on what they want to first pick. I think Wild Soul and Tempest are great first picks here for out of the lock pool. But I mean, they've got their support. They've probably got their dual lane. So maybe their solo. There's a lot of junglers still locked in the lock pool, so they can pick up their jungler if they choose to do so, or Luna if they want to dual lane. So yeah, okay. So they got, I guess, either their solo or their carry in Draconis. So yeah, Draconis slipped there pretty far, but yeah, vtL wisely chooses to pick him up. I like that.
Yeah, PUDG has to have been aware that Draconis was a possible pick. And we'll see what they do to try to counter that one. They're going to be going into their third pick, and it is a Torturer. So Tort was being run last time by the opposing team. And PUDG saying, I really liked how that Torturer got the work done in the middle, or in the early game. Kind of fell off in the mid stage, but we'll see if Dendi's Jungldevos can make something a little bit more impressive happen with that Torturer.
Yeah, I'd like, well, if they pick Tempest here, there won't really be a counter to his Shrunken Head except for Ophelia with the skeleton.
Yeah.
So they can still pick Ophelia and run Wild Soul, obviously, in that top lane. But question is if they want to get, if they want to do a support mag, which I don't really think is good, or a dual lane with a Luna, Wild Soul top, Pebbles mid. Okay, yeah, so they will go for that Ophelia, which I think is good because you got the counter to that Tempest ult. Because when you find yourself in a team without a counter to that Tempest ult, it's just, like we saw last game, how devastating it is. So yeah, good pickup on the Ophelia. So I think their lanes, unless they want to throw the Dragon mid, the Legion team, are pretty obvious. They're very standard. The Suicide, the dual lane mid, the carry farming bottom, and then the jungler. So it looks pretty staple to me for the Legion team.
I could certainly agree with you on that one. And we're going to get into this game, guys. This is Sound Blaster Heroes League qualifier number 1. We're going to be doing 8 qualifiers over the next 3 months. Going to find out which 8 teams are going to join the 8 invited teams. One of those already announced, Complexity Gaming. But those 16 teams will square off in a 16-man single elimination tournament bracket that's going to be going on the last week of February, first week of March. Going to take home $40,000 in cash and prizes. That's going to be going out for the top 8 in that. So we'll see. As now they're going to be trying to fight. The winner of this is going to go to the finals of this qualifier that will be cast tomorrow by Honcast. I believe that they're planning on broadcasting that at 3 p.m. EST, but stay tuned for confirmation. You can probably follow them on Twitter and also check their website. Probably a post on the forums at the same time as well. As now the Legion team's starting to get in here, trying to look for something, but the Hellhound doing a good job of scouting that out as all 5 players from the Legion not able to find anybody to kill.
Yeah, I know. I remember Vitriolic likes to play very aggressive at level 1. I think they played against Complexity, And a little bit to the right of where Mikey's placed that ward aside, I remember they caught someone with 5 heroes and just instantly disintegrated. They ran through kind of like the middle lane up towards this. They had some tricky tactics, and it worked out. So it looks like Ophelia is gonna stay up here in this top lane, or not top lane, excuse me, the Hellborn jungle, and try and set up kills mid, which I think is a good idea. Warbeast appears to be running bottom, so apparently they've anticipated that Ophelia is there, and he doesn't want to deal with it, so he wants to go to the other jungle to, you know, safely farm, which I think is kind of interesting because, man, Warbeast is a hero that it's easy to disrupt his farm, and he really needs the early farm to take off.
Now, I kind of feel like Fear the Zap just made a little bit of a mistake there. He was kind of standing in the way of the creeps as they were being pulled down by Boo Boo, and I think that Ophelia got spotted out. In fact, yes, she did get spotted out as Mega Beaver immediately moves over there, freezes the Minotaur, and that Minotaur is going to take a ton of damage, and this is really going to hamper Ophelia's farm.
And, and he got the last hit, too. That was
Glacius
nice.
Got the last hit, so Mega Beaver is all of a sudden the richest person in the game.
Yeah, that was well done by Mega Beaver. I think he stood in there. He assumed Warbeast would be in his own jungle, and he wanted to block the small camp so he couldn't possibly farm it. But nice job by Mega Beaver, knowing. I guess they just knew Ophelia was up there. He went up there to check, saw that Minotaur, and yeah, excellent. He's already level 2. Holy crap, he's owning.
Yeah, who was Z-Freak was playing the jungle Glacius yesterday. I think I was I with you or MyNuts for that?
I was there. I think that was the game that they had one of the teams had to leave, so it stopped early.
Middle lane, Torture possibly in a little bit of trouble. The Stalagmites are going to come out after the Minotaur stun. The Zeal stun connects. The last hit goes to Fear the Zap on Ophelia, so loses her early Minotaur, makes up for it with the first blood there onto Torture. It's a great start.
Yeah, excellent job doing exactly what it needs to do, like I always say when you're playing that jungler, especially in the offensive kind of jungle, just setting up that kill for that mid lane, win that mid lane for your team. So well done. I think PUDG could invest maybe a ward or do something to try and kick Ophelia out of the jungle, because she's going to cause. It's really easy for him to just, you know, come behind them. Pebbles opens up with a stun, followed up by the Nymphoria stun, you know, followed up by the Ophelia, whatever creep he has, and you know, it's just quite an easy kill. So looks like he wants to try it again. He is sitting up here, but Nymphoria not really in position. Oh, he has a haste rune though.
Oh, this is about to be bad.
But Torture is a little far back. His positioning is pretty good.
Glacius might get caught out. Yeah, they did see that Skeleton King. I thought that they would be able to. Okay. Yeah, they cut down.
I'm so mad at this guy. You can't. It's just so annoying when someone does it to you. Oh, nice.
A nice deny. Yeah. Chain reaction stun going on to Yolam in their middle lane. But yeah, they had done a nice job of cutting down the trees so that they weren't able to hide in that position. Able to get further vision up there. And so they were able to see that Skeleton King. I was pretty sure about that. That's why they were so far back. So that middle lane.
Definitely good perception of cutting down those trees. That's definitely help you a lot. But yeah, see, Mega Beaver's already placed that ward up there, which I think is a fantastic idea. Now they can see whenever Ophelia's coming. So good job by him.
I just realized I forgot to change the screens here, as the overlays are going to kind of overlap for the first couple minutes of this game, so I got to let them know in chat before they start crying. Because normally I forget for like 10 seconds, I just forgot for like 3 minutes.
Oh, well.
Alright. Wild Soul in the top lane, he's doing a suicide thing against Wretched Hag, consistently trying to pull back all these creeps, and Boo Boo's doing a decent job of getting some last hits. Wild Soul now going to fall pretty far back to try to get the experience as well. But Probosk on that Wild Soul, 11-4, going up against a 13-6 Wretched Hag. Doing pretty good, especially since the lane's going to be pushing here.
Yeah, I think...
Nymphora's in some trouble, sorry. Ice Imprisonment as well as the Chain Reaction. Zeal Stun goes out, going to hit a couple people, but not going to save his life as Nymphoria does fall.
Yeah, I think Hag has the potential to do pretty well in this lane. I like that he's got the level 2 haunt. He can even just throw it on the bear. Oh, nice. That's going to be a big root. A lot of damage coming on Hag, but yeah, he's going to escape. But tons of damage for Ass. If you can get those roots, man, it makes all the difference in the world. You can do so much for Ass. But you know, he can even chunk that haunt on the bear, slow the bear, get out some good harass on it. You know, Wild Soul, he still has it up, but
Bottom lane, Draconis getting caught way too pushed up. Glacius comes in with the Ice Imprisonment, and well, Patop was there on Warbeast as well, able to team up with their Suicide player, the Tempest down there. And Tempest, I don't even know if we really touched on this too much, but Tempest is suiciding. Not too much to talk about there, but doing very well. Currently the top farmer on his team, 16 and 10 CS, and also getting credit for that kill.
Yeah, nice job of him. I think Tempest is a pretty weak laner. Whenever I play him, at least I feel like I'm always feeding, but I did see him. Okay, there's action everywhere, and I'm trying to say something. These guys are ridiculous. Yeah, who is that? Torture gets taken out with the assistance of Ophelia, who already has Striders, by the way. That's an interesting pickup. But anyway, I saw Tempest early on. He kind of abandoned the lane, and he was just killing those Ancients, which you'll see a lot of Tempest players do on that Hellborn side, because they're pretty easy to kill as long as you micro your minions well. And yeah, nice job by him. He's got, you know, impressive gold per minute, 280. It's very good.
Yep, looking good down there. Like you said, the Striders on Ophelia, that's not too normalized. She's going to get hit by a Thunder Blast. Ice Imprisonment going to come in. Chain Reaction is there as well. Agonizing Bonds and auto attacks to finish him off. Glacius will get the credit for that one. Mega Beaver might... No, he's not going to be able to get the last hit on the creep as well. But
yeah, Mega Beaver playing very well this game. He's 1-0-2. I mean, he roamed in the bottom lane, got a kill on Dragon, which is huge. Dragon is going to get ganked by Warbeast, the elements of Void Coil. So wow. This Warbeast beating the other jungle is just doing work, man. He's been at 3 kills, and he just got level 6. So excellent job by him, you know, setting up all the kills. But Mega Beaver, you know, he reacted very quickly. He placed that ward to see Ophelia, which I don't know how much it held, but you know, it's exactly what he needed to do. Heading down to the bottom, they've gotten 2 kills on the Dragon now, which is big. And just yeah, overall very well played by him. And they're gonna push this bottom tower very hard. Tempest and Warbeast is not a team to trifle with in terms of pushing. It's God.
yeah, even with the Dragon Fire that's going to be coming in, Dragon Flame that's going to be coming in here in just a second. Well, now that the Tempest minions have despawned, they're going to go back in on Draconis. The Elementals are there. They're taking some serious pressure inside of that fire, and the Hellboard team will back off, not quite able to achieve the goal of taking down that tower.
Yeah, they did some very good damage to it, and it looks like Ophelia enforcing gets spot up by the wolves here, and she's going to be trapped and take a ton of damage from these wolves. Warbeast will get caught up here by Ophelia, but not enough damage, and yeah, Warbeast just going to, yeah, I think that's fine. Just use his ult, get out of there. He can probably just go to the other jungle and farm even faster now. So, yeah, and then we're almost dying to those solo wolves, and he's going to go ahead and stack this, and I guess he just wants to pull it to try and get some experience, or maybe, okay, he's just heading back to base. So, just doing some stacking. Good news for Legion is, you know, their Dragon has died, but Pebbles has excellent form in the middle lane. He's up to 35 and 21, 300 gold per minute with 1 kill and 1 assist, and yeah, he's doing very well. So that's definitely what you want on your Pebbles early game.
Yeah, looking strong, 300 gold per minute. So already finished up those Steam Boots, going to start working toward that portal key, and I'm just having fun watching chat right now. They are very upset.
Tell Beef! Remove the bears!
I'm sorry, guys. It was about 3 minutes that they were up there. They're changed. I'm sorry. Okay, there's a 6-minute delay. Wild Soul in some trouble up in the top lane as Ice Imprisont's going to come out. Sonar Scream in the last hit's going to go to Jore. Tijor. All these European names, man. I'm not good at speaking European languages. Except for Spanish. I'm pretty good at that.
Did you take Spanish in high school, or?
I did.
Oh, okay.
I'm also Mexican.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm white and Mexican. It's pretty impressive, I know. Top lane Draconis is going to TP in, try to defend the tower as he so valiantly did in that bottom lane. But not quite able to.
Yeah, I wanted to point out and give credit to Mega Beaver and P-Tob of PUDG, both being at 4 kills out of 5, doing an excellent job P-Tub is up 318 gold per minute. Very respectable start for War Beast, and nice job by Glacius as well.
Dragonus in some trouble. Yep. Thunder Blast is there, trying to get out of there. A nice Ice Imprisonment in the good Dragon Flame, but War Beast should be able to run him down. One more auto attack, and down goes the Dragon. That big War Beast, Paul. What is he, like a Cerberus? What? I don't know what he is in that form.
Yeah. It's such a weird skin. He has like a cape and a hat. I don't know, man. It's crazy looking.
Yolm on that Pebbles. He's kind of the only thing that's keeping vtL from being in a tailspin at this point. Losing that tower, losing their carry now 3 times. 0, 3, and 0 on Quasar. Not ideal for sure.
Yeah, he is the Dragon though, so if they can, continue to maybe just not get picked off quite as much, he can definitely recover. And
you know what? You know what's ridiculous? Even with him being 0, 3, and 0, he's still the top farmer in the game, other than that War Beast.
Jeez, yeah. I mean, yeah, I think it's because Tempest spent a lot of time in the jungle farming, like the Ancients, and Tempest can, feed the elementals. Is something you need to be worried about, but yeah, that is kind of ridiculous how, he's 0-3, but look at his gold per minute.
It reminds me of Soul Stealer back in the day.
Yeah.
Where you could kill Soul Stealer like 6 times, and then he just goes to the jungle, and you're like, oh, well, I guess he's back up to 450 gold per minute now. Oh, Torture in the middle lane, using that illusion, trying to bait something out onto Pebbles. Pebbles will finally turn his attention toward it. Actually chucks it back at the real Torture. So saying, get the hell out of here. Come on. Leave me alone. As Stalagmites are going to come out to Torture. Hag is there, though. They're going to try to get this Pebbles down. Torture will fall. Glacius might be in a little bit of trouble as well as Torture. Or Pebbles is going to die. One more auto attack, and the Sonar Scream is actually what's going to get it. So trading 2 players, they lost their Glacius and their Torture. In order to get that Pebbles down, maybe that was worth it.
Yeah, I think Torture was just trying to bait, but he's quite squishy, and we saw how much damage, even without the full combo, just kind of like the stun and toss that Pebbles can do. So yeah, it didn't end up that well. Ophelia and I believe Nymphora were just kind of waiting for that to happen. So yeah, signs of life from vtL. Good job by them. Pebbles is pretty close to Pokey, and they're gonna TP to the bottom lane with Nymphora. But they're in kind of an awkward situation now because, I mean, Wild Soul is here, but he's Wild Soul. He doesn't really do anything.
Oh, Tempest spotted him.
Did he really?
I think so. He's kind of edging them over there, and look how everybody's rotating.
Looks like he's freaking out right now.
Yeah, so Tempest is there. Tempest is in a little bit of trouble. The Zeal Stun's going to come out. The chain reaction, though, he's going to use the Elemental Void. He's going to catch Pebbles as well. Pebbles will go down. Petop gets the last hit there on War Beast. And now with 2 more TPs coming in by way of the Wild Soul and Draconis, an Invisible Hag might spell doom for the Dragon. Ultimate being deactivated. Dragon flies through with the Blazing Flight activated. Haunt is up, trying to get the damage out onto War Beast. Dragon will fall. And now it's just up to this Wild Soul, who is going to TP on out just in time. As Hag was there. No stun on her, of course, but would have been able to spot out maybe for a freeze. Gets the tower and 3 kills. Hellborn team off to a fantastic start.
Yeah, a bit of a misplay by Pebbles. He chucked rather the Nymphora, and he really needed to chuck that Tempest because you saw what happened when they didn't get the kill on the Tempest. And he just, casted the ultimate right in their face. So yeah, the Tempest is quite tanky too with the strength, Steam Boots, and the Mystic Vestments this early in the game. He's not easy to bring down without properly comboed spells. So yeah, just unfortunate for the Legion team they didn't get that kill, and the counter initiation was just too much. I think the dragon really shouldn't have come. It was too late. He wasn't going to do anything by himself, and then Hag was already down there with the Invis rune, and that was it for the dragon.
I agree with you there. Well, what are the signs of life here for our Legion team? I mean, what does the bear have? I haven't even seen the boo-boo. Like, it's always the problem with that thing is you can't even find it.
Yeah, he's bottom just farming right now, but he went for the early phase boots, Striders, and Mystic Vestments. So
Oh, so Mach
is
is
so far away.
Yeah, that's ridiculously far away.
Yeah.
Pebbles is going to be making his way toward that portal key relatively soon.
Yeah, he's got what 1,600 gold saved up. So yeah, if he can, stay alive long enough to farm that, then could be good for sure. Especially with Nymphora, she's level 6, so we'll have that ultimate to use. And I mean, there's still some pretty squishy heroes. Look at Glacius, even Hag. I mean, he's probably a free kill if he doesn't buy investment. And Warbeast can get stunned in the middle lane, but just some harass. The Zeal stun coming out as well. Just doing some counter pushing. So good job by the Legion team. Don't want to give up those towers. The Dragon's at 270 gold per minute. Not fantastic, but he's not like he's 0-4. But his farm is still, like you pointed out earlier, it's still not that bad. He definitely still has a chance to recover in this game and make a huge impact.
Soul Stealer status, I'm telling you.
Yeah,
on
for
that
sure.
Dragon. Tempest's going to be getting close to his portal key as well. Went with the Steam boots rather than just red boots, and also has that Ring of Sorcery, so still farming extremely well. His bottom tower does go down. I actually didn't catch that. Wild Soul was there trying to get that done, along with the minion from Fear the Zap. Hag wasn't quite able to get the last hit on that.
Yeah, nice tower snipe, I guess you could say. But yeah, Tempest, for being a long lane Tempest, which I think really usually struggles a lot, has excellent farm. 350 gold per minute is definitely good. He's been in the jungle farming where he farms extremely quickly, but besides that, yeah, very good farm.
Now, speaking of good farm, Warbeast, currently with that Abyssal Skull and a Mighty Blade, going to be making his way toward a Shrunken Head, one would believe, unless he's going the beef build and going for an early Brutalizer.
That's what I love Brutalizer on Warbeast and Wild Soul.
Oh, portal key picked up. Zeal stun goes out after the combo, and down goes Shore. Mikey's able to pick that one up onto Nymphora. Sorry, there's a great TP in there from Nymphora and able to secure that kill. You were saying about the Brutalizer and how good it is and how smart I am.
Yeah, I like the Brutalizer, but yeah, good. I mean, that's definitely positive for the Legion team. Got that portal key, found the pickoff right away. Good job. That's exactly what she needs, Joe.
Yeah, that's what's going to get this Legion team back into this game, if anything, is going to be the presence of that Pebbles. As in comes Pebbles, he's going to try to combo down two players. Glacius in some trouble, and Glacius Torture will both fall. Tempest comes out with a big Elemental Void, and Draconis is now caught in the middle of it, but Tempest is going to fall as well. The Hellborn team looking like they're in some trouble. Warbeast does have his ultimate still activated, but he's just going to get stunned down. A genocide for the Legion team. They're all of a sudden in the lead in terms of experience and only 1,000 gold behind. That was a huge turnaround.
Yeah, what a great combo from Jalem on that Pebbles, landing on pretty much full damage on two heroes, followed up by a perfect Zeal stun from Mikey's on Nymphora, and yeah, the Tempest also blinked in, and I think the backwards of the Zeal stun hit him as well, so he didn't get to cast his ultimate that well, and by the time he did, I mean, there just wasn't enough damage to bring down the Draconis that was inside it, so yeah, excellent job by Pebbles and Nymphora, so the portal key proving to be a huge deal.
Oh, Pebbles goes in, he wants to get a combo on the Hag, but they're actually going to turn it around. Yolam, what were you doing, buddy? Draconis is going to get caught out, so huge throws.
That was horrible. Yeah, I don't know how else to describe that. That was too far.
That was not good.
Yeah, that was a throw.
The two important players here for vtL both take a fall. Not ideal. Not ideal in the slightest. Now, what is ideal is that they were able to get 2 towers out of it, and of course 5 hero kills. Trading 2 for that, while not ideal, is still a good trade. Could have been better. Still,
just, backed off. But one thing though is Wild Soul's farm has picked up tremendously after that team fight and then 2 tower kills. He's at closing in on his what is it called in his team?
You have to take a look at all the huge items that are coming out of the VTL team as a result of the gold that was just injected into them. I mean, each one of these players probably got between 1,000 and 2,000 gold in that last 2 minutes. You see something like a Void Talisman being finished up on Nymphora. How often do you see a Void Talisman on your hard support at 19 minutes into the game? Energizer being finished after Astrolabe here for Ophelia. They're looking like they've certainly been reinvigorated after that little exchange and those pushes.
Yeah, it was. Besides the 2 deaths at the end, I think they still came away on top. 5 kills, 2 towers. God, 2 towers. That's just what happens when you lose a team fight to heroes like Ophelia and Wild Soul. That just the pushing power is absurd. How fast they can bring down your base. So, looks like Hellborn is grouped up middle, and they just. I guess they're going for the counter push. They see lots of heroes top from the Legion. So, I think this is a good choice if they can secure this tower kill. But if they can't, then it's going to be a bit of a wasted effort.
TPs are only present on Wild Soul as well as Pebbles. And the bear is invis. That's why I can never find the bear. The bear is invis and bug because there's the team fight going on here. Torture going to try to lock down Pebbles. Yolem is going to fall. Warbeast is there. Activates the ultimate. Going to try to run down Nymphora. The Zeal stun is going to miss. Hag going to come in. Applies that sonar screen. Ophelia's gift going to go out. Haunt is there though. And Nymphora is going to take the fall. Drops the fall top pod, but not going to be in time as down goes Ophelia as well. Hellborn team taking down 3 plus the tower. Not giving up anyone. Now they're going to turn their attention toward the tower.
Yeah, I think that was another throw, a bit of a poorly executed team fight.
Jolem kind of jumped in by himself.
Got the stun on Torturer, but it was a good idea. That's what you like to see a lot of people do. But while I'm talking, they're
Probably going to lose a Rax. Holy shit.
this is ridiculous. And there goes.
Ooh, it's the deny. I remember talking to somebody a while ago. I think it was Brized, and saying that a denied Rax should give you something really big. Like, because it doesn't do anything in terms of gold. You still get the 100 gold, right?
I believe so.
I think you still get 100 gold. So right now, a deny on the Rax doesn't do anything. I think that it should respawn at like 15% life or something if you get the deny on it. I don't know. Something fun.
Like League of Legends.
Something else fun. I've been noticing recently that sometimes the Boo Boo Bear is invisible on my screen.
Yeah, it's so annoying. And you can't fix it either.
Yeah.
At least I don't know how.
I don't know how either.
I've tried restarting and shenanigans, but...
So, like, sometimes I'm trying to find the bear to click on his items, and then he's invis. So, I was watching the tower die to nothing up here, as there were just crits showing up from nothing. But I have no clue what items this bear has. I would assume that he has the Sword of the High, and I would assume that the Mock is now 300 gold away. But guys, I can't confirm that, so I'm going to have to talk to some tech guys that I know and see if I can figure out why the hell the bear is invis on my screen.
Yeah, he's just got his Ghost Marchers and Sword of the High, and probably when he kills this Ancient so has his Mock, so... Oh yeah, he does. So, yeah, pretty big, I know, the Mock. 22 minutes isn't that bad.
That's actually really good for where he was to begin with. For cutting for all those other items. Phase Boots, Striders, Mystic Vestments. I think that's fantastic.
Yeah, he is at 350 gold per minute, which is, definitely very good. So, yeah, he's got that Mock. And, yeah, I don't know. This game is, it's pretty action-packed, I'll be honest. We've got quite a few kills and back and forth, and the push potential from both these teams is crazy. With the Warbeast, the W coming up from Warbeast affects the Tempest minions too, and then the Impalement from Torturer, and not to mention Ophelia and Wilds in their team. So whoever wins the team fight, it seems to really capitalize on just crushing the other team's base, as we just witnessed.
Yeah, that Rax down. I mean, of course, over time you're going to lose a lot of farm from having that melee Rax down. Each one of those creeps is only worth half the golden experience as a normal creep, and they're twice as hard to kill. So not going to be as efficient farming there, and of course you always have to worry about keeping that lane pushed back. Like they are in the bottom lane right now, their mid lane's kind of pushing up a little bit. Give it a little bit more time, and they might have something pushing into their base, knocking on their ranged Rax door. So they're kind of on a timer down here in the bottom lane.
Yeah, one thing about the Legion is they do have that Wild Soul for late game who... Everyone always talks about how Wild Soul can get 12 items, but I honestly don't consider him like the hardest carry in the game. But they have the Dragon, who is unmistakably... Look at this Ward of Sight placed by Mega Beaver.
Yeah, that's
I think he placed that through the trees. That's pretty cool, and he saw 2 heroes literally right on top of it. So I like that. That's a really smart play by Mega Beaver, getting some really good sight for exactly where they are.
Alright guys, I am being made aware now that the stream is disconnecting a little bit, just like it was yesterday, so I am sorry. There's nothing that I can do about it right now, guys. It'll come back up when it comes back up. Yeah, that's really frustrating. That is very, very frustrating. And so now, well, both teams kind of posturing down here in the bottom lane.
Yeah, they're just both kind of hanging out. Warbeast has finished that Shrunken Head. That's very noticeable. He'll be able to have free reign in those team fights with 10-second Shrunken Head. Glacius has got the Astrolabe. Tempest close to his Shrunken Head. Torturer just with the push book and close to a Shrunken Head. So Legion team, you know, both teams spending a lot of time down here. But the one thing to point out is look at the middle lane, like you were talking about. So yeah, someone has to come defend that because their base is going to get annihilated. Pebbles comes quickly, combos down, but then 4 is going to get caught in the meantime. Hellfire comes out, and oh, will he get away?
No,
oh,
not
okay.
quite. They might turn it around.
Oh, okay, no root. But they're going to continue to chase.
See, I can't even tell if there's a root because there's no bear on my screen.
Oh, wait, no. He's about to die.
Yeah.
Maybe you'll see him now that he gets respawned. You see
I saw a $sign.
$.
No, Boo Boo's still in biz.
Oh, okay. It's unfortunate. I don't know. Like, I think it's something to do with like pausing. I couldn't. It's happened to me before. It's happened to me quite a few times, and you know, no one knows how to fix it. It's been around for probably too long. So,
Probably
yeah.
too long. Well, I'm gonna try to address that tonight. Get in touch with my my tech buddy. See if we can't figure out what's going on. Maybe get a resolution. But I'm hoping that the internet is coming back, or the stream's coming back up, because once again, my internet's completely fine right now. From everything I see, the stream is going out just fine, but for some reason the transcoding has been screwed up a little bit. So guys, there's nothing I can do about it right now. Hopefully it'll just kind of sort itself out. And we're going to get back into casting this game, and I'm going to try to undistract myself from being worried about the internet, because every time the internet goes out, I get really distracted. Pebbles, he's going to be working on that Shrunken Head. Now finds himself about 1,200 gold away from that. It's going to be something nice to have to get in the middle of those team fights.
Yeah, Tempest also working on his Shrunken Head, and he's very close, and the only thing that can counter him is the Ophelia Skeleton King. So, Fierce Zap needs to be on the look for that Skeleton King. They're killing one right now, which I think is a mistake. Boo just took one out, so they definitely need that. And he needs very good positioning with that being to cancel the Tempest ult, because, yeah, it's big. So, both teams just kind of continuing to farm. Even though they're racks down, I think Legion are pretty happy about just getting items on their Wild Soul, and especially this Draconis, who is at 350 gold per minute. You know, he's 0-5, but you know, still pretty reasonable. He should, you know, should just continue to go up and up as long as he doesn't die or they have big team fights. And yeah. So Warbeast has picked up a Soul's Bulwark, which I think is fantastic. I love getting Bulwark on that hero, just for you can kill the towers even faster.
Yeah.
And just more damage for your minions and whatever else you really want. So great pickup. But not a whole lot happened right now. Both teams just kind of back in that farming stage. Nymphora and Pebbles are kind of walking around together, but at this stage it's very difficult for them to pick that many heroes off. I mean, I think they could kill Hag if he has his treads on Int. You know, Glacius is always a free kill. But most everyone else is very tanky, so hard for them to set up kills by themselves. Or together, rather. Not by them. Well, you know what I mean.
I do know what you mean. So, Ophelia, she's doing her thing. She's picked up a Gnome's Wisdom. What do you think about that item?
Gnome's Wisdom. They're ganking the... You can't see it, but they're ganking the bear down bottom, so action on the bear!
I'm watching it. I can see them attacking...
Nothing?
Nothing, yeah. I can see the haunt ticks. As down goes the bear.
There's the $sign.
$sign.
But, yeah, Gnome's Wisdom. I don't really like it. I only like Gnome's Wisdom if you've got a team where almost everyone is some kind of spellcaster that spams their abilities, or some heroes maybe can get away with it. Maybe like a Torturer, but overall I don't think it's very powerful. I think maybe like a if you wanted to go for like a team item, you can get like an Abyssal Skull, which will give the bear lifesteal and armor and damage, his whole team damage. So yeah, I'm not a fan of Gnome's Wisdom. I know a lot of people think it's a great item. I know a lot of European players, emphasize it a lot. I remember NoTail would pick it up frequently, but personally, I don't really like it.
All right. Minotaurs all get healed back up there by the Ophelia's gift. And yeah, the stream's just completely gone.
Is it really?
People are saying that it's Twitch down.
Oh yeah, I saw someone in the chat say like Twitch is having issues.
Yeah, it looks like Twitch is actually going down. So thank God I'm not being DDoSed. It's not my internet. It's Twitch. Which is great because hopefully it won't last very long. I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. We're just going to keep casting, Riser.
There it is. Why not? Well, the OTP guys want to know. I mean, they said they kind of want to start their game, but if this game won't last much longer, they, would like to be casted. So I'm not really sure what you want to do.
Just tell them to wait.
Let them know that it's up to them. If they're both comfortable waiting, then we'd love to cast them. But if they need to get started because of scheduling constraints, then they go ahead and get started.
Okay.
Worst comes to worst, I can always jump in halfway through the game.
All right.
Bottom tower going to go down as Warbeast and Torture team up on that one. Warbeast looking very, very fat. Close to 400 gold per minute as Tempest Wretched Hag close to 350. And Torture even sitting there at 300. He's got that push stick and the Shrunken Head as well.
Yeah, definitely good farm on all the heroes, all these towers they've taken in the ranks, and then so I think they can take Kongor fairly easily. I think the Legion team may be suspecting that because you see them all running up here, and they they have a nice Sword of Sight in the bottom river to see if they jump into Kongor, but nope, no Kongor. Just gonna clean up some ancients here and continue to increase their farm. I've seen Warbeast just kind of hovering around this 400 gold per minute mark, which is definitely great for him. What's he working on? He had that bulwark, so I assume maybe he's gonna get could go for an assault or a demonic breastplate or the basher, which owns, and yeah, I don't know. Looks like this Vulture Lord is trying to see if Kongor is being done, but obviously he's not, and Kongor's mad because he keeps trying to kill the Vulture Lord, but he's like a dog with a leash or something, so he can't get to him.
He cannot indeed. As both teams kind of posturing around Kongor. Shrunken Head's being picked up in mass. There are now 5-6 in the game, 4 on the Hellborn side, and 2 over here for Draconis and Pebbles on the Legion. Vulture Lord is going to take it as Glacius is going to get comboed down. Pebbles is trying to keep Jan out of there, but no, he dies so fast. Well, the Legion side going to lose a lot of their initiation, a lot of their damage potential as Nymphora just gets tracked down. She gets cleaned up by Petom, and they're going to turn around and go take down Kongor now.
Yeah, wow, John going for a fancy play, but God, the physical damage coming out from this Hellborn team, the Shrunken Head didn't really save him. You got the Torture Impalement. Warbeast, obviously, its physical damage is absurd, especially with the bulwark, and yeah, John going for the risky play, but unfortunately didn't work out, and now they're going to take Kongor quite easily.
Yep, they are in fact going to take that guy down. Token will be picked up on Wretched Hag. Yes, will be picked up on Wretched Hag. He's finished up that Hellflower and the Shrunken Head, looking very, very menacing indeed. 4 Shrunken Heads on the Hellborn team. I know I just mentioned that, but that's kind of crazy for the amount of magic damage that's coming out on the other side. Between that Mock of Brilliance, the Pebbles, his combination, the stuns from Nymphora, and the damage from Draconis. Activating 4 Shrunken Heads throughout the course of that fight is going to mitigate so much damage.
Yeah, for sure. These are, I mean, it's just, you know, these are kind of heroes that Shrunken Head is very staple on as well. You know, talk about War Beast, Tempest, even Hag, you usually see Shrunken Head almost every game. Torturer, definitely a viable candidate. So, yeah, working out great for them, you know, versus all these, you know, heavy magic damage, especially Draconis, where, you know, a lot of his damage is from the spells. You know, he's level 17, so he can definitely pump out some physical damage with his ultimate, but, you know, still, that Fiery Barrage, the passive, and the Dragon Flame, you know, doing a lot of physical, or, excuse me, magic damage. So, yeah, all these Shrunken Heads. I mean, with all these Shrunken Heads, I think it's maybe just a time for them to just group up and push, you know, 10,000 gold, 12,000 experience, and, you know, it won't be that easy to push into the base, but, yeah, it looks like they want this top tower because it's just free gold at this point.
Yeah, and with that top tower down, that'll be the last remaining outer tower. All the map control in the favor of PUDG, and as we see so often, once you knock down all those outer map towers, if you're able to keep your opponents in base and just manage their resources a little bit better, you can just expand upon your relatively small lead, make it a huge one.
Yeah, for sure, exactly. You know, picking up that gem, countering all their wards, they're just blind, scared to leave their base because they don't know what the hell's going on. But looks like Legion's going to mount a bit of a counter push here, and they will TP back. I mean, I don't know if bots will... Okay, they're going to... The Hellborn is going to continue, so yeah, he did need to TP back. But good job getting that bottom tower. Definitely exactly what they need to do. But look at this tower top.
It drops so fast.
Look at it get annihilated. Jesus.
Yeah. So they're going to just take that tower and then start working on the melee racks now. Pebbles is going to go in. He chucks Torturer up, though. And Shrunken Head's being activated. I can't even tell who's activating the Shrunken Head. Elements of Void catching Pebbles. Pebbles is going to go down. Draconis is pounding in damage, though. And it doesn't look like he's going to be able to pound in enough. Shrunken Head now activated on Warbeast. Spat Blast going to go out, only hitting Nymphora. Nymphora activates that Void Talisman. She'll be okay. Token of Light going to bring Hag back up. Down goes Mega Beaver on that Glacius. Glacius, well, hold on. Down goes Nymphora. Excuse me. Nymphora goes down. And now the Hellborn team going to choose to back off. Range Drax in the middle does in fact go down. Glacius is in some trouble. He's going to die for sure. Activates the ultimate as the Bound Eye does drop as well. Wild Soul is going to be in some trouble. Warby's going to come back in. His ultimate is available in now. And he's going to try to burst some people down. But Draconis is just so big. In comes Ophelia. She's going to try to get the Wretched Hag down. But it looks like Shore is able to back on out. So the tower was pushed down, but this Draconis, he's getting to the point where he's just very, very strong.
Yeah, he got great positioning in that fight. Just kind of, I feel like he did kind of whatever he wanted, and you know, maybe some regression for the Hellborn team. I mean, they didn't dive that far, but you know, they were pretty far into the base, and pretty good fight for Legion. I don't think anyone bought back. You know, I think Jalem's initiation was pretty good. He comboed the Torture and also stunned the Warbeast, so the Warbeast didn't really get to, you know, get its full damage potential off for, you know, a little bit at least. And yeah, I mean, God, you just looked at all the Hellborn heroes and they were all so low. I just kind of getting, I guess, whittled away by the Mock and the Dragon's AoE damage and all that. So definitely signs of life for the Legion team. That was a great fight for them.
Yeah, they looked very good. Still down by about 10,000 gold and 8,800 experience. Gonna be a long road, but this would not be the first time when I look at a team and I'm like, okay, this team's pretty much done. And then 15-20 minutes later, there's a dragon. And the dragon does things, and the dragon kills everyone. And the team with the dragon wins the game.
There it is, the dragon. That's, I mean, perfect.
You get the sufficient amount of farm on Draconis, and he's just able to take out teams like 1v4 with any amount of support.
At the same time.
Excuse me.
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly why he's so feared. Oh, Boo Boo might get ganked. No, okay, he just blinks and haunts and I can catch him.
I see the haunt go on to nothing, and I'm just like, okay. I don't know exactly. Oh, yeah, never mind. Boo Boo's invisible.
But, yeah, Draconis is, I mean, such a scary hero to play against. Look at, I mean, he's what, highest level in the game now? What's his highest farm in the game? So if he can finish up that Savage Mace, and as long as he doesn't get caught out of position in these team fights, he can do a ton of damage. Not to mention, if he gets a Savage Mace, he can cancel the Tempest Ultimate if he gets lucky enough to, you know, proc that Savage Mace. So could be something to think about as well.
That would be very, very lucky. What's the proc rate on the Savage Mace? It's like 15%?
35.
35%? Holy, that's not nearly as lucky as I was thinking.
Yeah, I thought it was 15 too.
Yeah, I think it was 25% at one point, but I don't know. Maybe that was back on an MKB. Who knows? It's always weird when you've been playing these games for so long and you can't keep any of the numbers straight because they've been changed so many times. Both teams just kind of content to back on off, wait for the next Kongor to come up, and then posture around and do nothing at Kongor pit. Demonic Breastplate's been finished up for quite some time on Warbeast. He's sitting on 2,000 gold now. Going to be making his way toward his next big item. You think that might be something like a Brutalizer, or...
Yeah, I think the Basher would be good, honestly. So if he can catch that dragon, if he can get up to him and stun him and just pound away on him, because it's, you know, with the Blazing Flight, you know, Warbeast has max move speed, but it's, I mean, in the middle of a team fight, it's still pretty easy to kite him and, you know, make him waste a lot of his time chasing him with that Blazing Flight. So Brutalizer definitely could be good. I could definitely see that as viable. These are kind of the Warbeast core items, so at this point, you know, like, I've seen people go for the Savage Mace, just for, you know, more damage. It's, you know, definitely a viable choice as well.
Beast Heart.
Yeah, the the Behemoth's Heart and the not Iascati Frostwolf Skull combination is a legendary one.
Yeah, you get very tanky. Of course, the Harkins Blade.
Oh yeah,
very,
sure.
very standard.
Yep.
I'm telling you, man. You get that Harkins against the Void Talisman, and Warbeast gains like 1.5 attack range. Actually, they're going to go in onto the Warbeast here. Ophelia sent him back, though, right before that. I heard it go off, and I was like, what was that? Oh, yeah, it's Ophelia being annoying.
I think Dawn is just trolling.
I swear to you, I've seen people do that so many times, and it annoys me. It makes me mad. Like, even when I'm just watching or casting, just seeing the Ophelia teleport someone back like that makes me mad. I've seen it with Hammer Storms. I've seen it with Magnus. I've seen it with Pebbles. And the most annoying that I've heard of, I didn't see it personally, was a Doctor Repulsor.
Yeah, I was... Wait, were you talking about Trout's story? Because I was actually in that game and I remember that.
I think so. I think that was...
Yeah, he would literally just send him back. He was in the well, zip all the way into our creep wave and like all our heroes, and then he would disappear. So eventually someone got like a diffusal blade and purged him, and then we killed him. But before that, it was very annoying. So yeah, definitely obnoxious.
A purge blade.
Yeah.
That's... Now it makes sense. Yeah, the purge, pretty good item.
True.
Pretty good item. Wretched Hag using some of the illusions that she picked up, trying to get a little bit of scouting done. She does have enough to finish up a Sheepstick now. So Shore could be finishing that very, very quickly, and that would be another awesome item to have in order to lock some people down.
Yeah, for sure. Draconis actually finished his Savage Mace, so I think that's... his damage, his physical damage at least, is going to be escalated pretty significantly in this team fight. So, yeah, like I said, if he can just keep his positioning good, stand in the back, and try and hit as many heroes as possible with his gigantic AoE ultimate, he'll just, do just fine, do tons of damage. So, I don't think this game, there's, a pretty good lead for the Hellborn team, and I think they're just going to be waiting for Kongor at this point after that team fight's up. They're not confident enough.
Yeah, Kong will be up in less than a minute.
Yeah, so definitely just waiting for Kong.
Yeah, I'm going to wait for that as Frostwolf Skull. What? Like, what? Okay, she's not going for the Sheepstick. She just right-clicked her Frostwolf. I like that, actually. I like that quite a bit against this Draconis, who does have the Nullstone, so you're not always going to be able to get the Sheepstick off on him. The Frostwolf, of course, does go through that Shrunken Head, reducing the attack speed and movement speed by quite a significant amount, and now there's a Sheepstick picked up on Torturer.
Yeah, they're getting some nice core items here. The Frostwolf Skull, Sheep, and I think Warbeast just purchased a Brutalizer as well. So, just in time for Kongor, and if there's going to be a fight at Kongor, Kongor just spawned, as I said that. So, yeah, they've got all these items for Kongor, no buybacks, except for Tempest. You know, that's definitely good. They've still got these. Do they have a tower? Okay, they don't have the outer towers for him to TP to if he dies, but yeah,
Still
so
a relatively short distance, about
yeah,
10
he
seconds.
can still get there in time if the fight is prolonged.
Yeah.
So.
Warbeast kind of in there. He's doing his thing. Gonna get comboed by Pebbles. Doesn't take a whole lot of damage. Shrunken Head being activated. Gonna try to turn it around. More Shrunken Heads. Elemental Void catching Dimphora and Draconis. They're gonna try to bring down Draconis. The Sheepstick goes out and back blast, and down goes Draconis. Pebbles trying to port out of there, but Kongor's wailing on him. Not able to stun through that Shrunken Head. And now this is gonna be a free Kongor after losing Draconis and Dimphora. Token of Life gonna be dropping on the ground very, very soon here.
Yep, I mean, I think PUDG played that perfectly. As long as Ophelia, I mean, he's got 2 Skeleton Kings. I don't know. I didn't see them anywhere around the fight, so I mean, if as long as he doesn't have those or they're not available to him, I think all they need to do is use that Elemental Void on the Draconis and then focus him down. And I mean, he's kind of what the Legion has going for them. I mean, sure, Wild Soul has got good farm. You know, his bear does good damage, but if they can kill that Draconis, I think they can just ride the rest of the team fight.
Yeah, there's nothing else there. I mean, the bear, from what I've gathered, has a demonic breastplate and a Mock of Brilliance plus Ghost Marchers. Strong, but not too fearsome.
Yeah, definitely Draconis is the you know, I don't want to say they're all in on him, but they're pretty close.
They're pretty much all in on him.
Yeah. They're all in on him.
Yeah, I'm comfortable saying that. They're all in on him.
So, yeah, good job by Ultima Defense. Just perfect. Elemental Void, the dragon's dead, and, you know, that's probably the end of the team fight.
Even got the Ophelia in there last time.
Yeah.
So gets the plus for that as well.
Yep.
Torture kind of...
He actually has pretty good farm. Sorry to cut you off, but...
Oh, no.
I just noticed Ophelia has almost 300 gold per minute, so farming away at that jungle. And he just buys a sheepstick.
I was going to say, like, he's farming well. Where's his items? And then sheepstick. Because he's had that Gnome's Wisdom for like 20 minutes. But, yeah, a very farmed Ophelia.
Yeah, I mean, it's good. He has that sheepstick, but, I mean, could they have possibly put that farm on someone else, like the Wild Soul or the Dragon?
It's true.
I don't know. I mean, they could. I don't really know if that's...
Ophelia has
he's to blame, but...
He has 203 CS. That's a lot of CS that could have been on the Dragon or maybe Wild Soul. I think I agree with you.
Pebbles doesn't really have anything.
Oh, yeah. Pebbles is kind of a non-factor in my eyes right now. Level 15 Pebbles with a Shrunken Head and a Portal Key. At 47 minutes into the game, he's really not doing much.
Yeah, I don't know. But if you look at the golden experiences continuing to greatly favor the Hellborn, and, you know, I don't know. Maybe they need a push book to try and push Dragon out of the Elemental Void, or what they got to do. But somehow they got to make sure he you know, is doing something in team fight, not just getting, you know, disabled for God knows how long by Tempest Ultimate. So.
All right. Well, it's looking like the Twitch servers are starting to come back up. I confirmed that it was a Twitch outage and not my end, so thank God I'm not being DDoSed, because I already traveled 400 miles to get here today. I don't think that I can, like, go to Texas or something tomorrow. But we're looking better on that front, and things are still looking good here for the Hellborn team. Token of Life has 4 minutes left on it for Wretched Hag. And she's banking up a decent amount of gold once again. Going to be working toward her next big item. Brutalizer finished up on Warbeast. So that's what we were talking about. He does pick up that item.
Yeah, definitely. I definitely like it. I'm curious to see if the game doesn't end for what item he's going to go for next. So.
Tempest picks up a Resto Stone.
Oh, yeah.
So no real interrupts on the opposing team. There's Skeleton Kings, of course, but... That's what Ophelia's kind of having hang out with her. But going to need to micro it very well, split the Skeleton Kings effectively, and then use it one on each to interrupt the Resto Stone ultimate from the Tempest. It's going to be very, very difficult to do if that is what they choose to try to do here. But the Hellborn team, they're barreling down on top lane. Well, the Legion, they're going to try to crash the racks here in bottom.
I mean, with their push potential, this could...
No, they're sending Wild Soul home.
Yeah. Yeah, never mind.
I don't know. I
never
think
mind.
they maybe should have just gone for the racks because this is a tough team fight to win. But, you know, they'll just probably see if they can win this team fight. If not, I think it's going to be GG. So
Yeah, we'll see how Yolm
Run
initiates.
up and, yeah, it is. I mean, Glacier's right there, but he's not really. They're just looking at this. Hag's just going to kill the racks.
Hag has to blink back there after a nice seal stun and volatile pod combination come out. Last 2 times that they've gotten into a team fight, Yolm has gone on Warbeast to start it out. And it has not gone well for them, doing less than Warbeast, less than half of Warbeast's life. And Warbeast just activates that Shrunken Head and says, okay, I'm going to turn around and kill you guys now. And then behind that, the Tempest just ultimates 1 or 2 people, and you know, down goes the Legion team. We'll see about this time, though. The ward does die, so the uphill vision. They're going to initiate on Warbeast once again. Still very high on life, though. And Pebbles does get ported back. Oh, they're shooting the bear. Okay. I'm like, they just wasted a lot of... What was that? Oh, never mind. There's a bear there. Guys, this is very strange to cast with an invisible bear.
Yeah, there goes the bear. He has to be really careful with this bear now. It's already at half health, and
Oh, Pebbles goes in on Warbeast again. Stalagmite sitting a couple players. Dragon's going to follow up and tries to get some damage done. Melee Rack's very low on life. About 2-3 hits away from dying at the hands of Wretched Hag or Torture. Pebbles is coming back in, though. Stalagmite's going to be active in 1 second. Really look for a combo on one of these players once more.
Yeah, and you know, good job slow pushing by the Hellborn team. This Rack's just getting whittled away, and I mean, these are trying to defend, but it's so difficult.
Oh, in comes Pebbles. He activates the Shrunken Head. This is firm commitment. He's going to try to take him down, but the Brutalizer being activated. There, Warbeast in a little bit of trouble. Tempest catches 2. The Bat Blast is up, but the Shrunken Head is already activated by Draconis. Second Elemental Void going to be coming out. The Skeleton Kick's not able to bring it down this time. Warbeast going to bring down Draconis. Hag comes back up after the Token of Life is activated, and Yolm is in some trouble. He bought back once already. He's going to die for the second time as Hag finishes him off with the Sonar Scream. The Rax is going to fall. Didn't die in the middle of all that team fighting, but now it will. 4 players still up. Warbeast the only one to fall now for the Hellborn team. And looks like they're going to get in there, take out the Rax, lose Warbeast, but going to be able to escape clean.
Yeah, I think this game is probably over. 25k, 20k, 25k. You know, Ophelia did a good job entering the first hole, but I mean, I don't know what happened with the second one. Maybe just mismicroed or something. It's much harder than it looks. I mean,
It's very hard.
I've played it, and it's very stressful. So, I mean, at least he got 1. But yeah, I think they're just they're too far behind. Too many items on the Hellborn team. You know, everyone is farmed. Glacius has got 200 gold per minute. He's same level as Pebbles. So, yeah. But vtL, you know, they're gonna still try. You know, they got the dragon, so maybe the Hellborn team will legendary throw this, and we'll be back to another 70-minute game with. But for some reason, I don't see that happening this time.
I also do not see that happening. Hag can finish up her Savage Mace now, but choosing not to. Why wouldn't she finish that?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe he wants buyback just in case.
Yeah, I guess. Warbeast upgrades his boots into post haste there, and Torture did purchase a Axe of the Malphite, so going to be going for a Behemoth's Heart.
Yeah, I think you get a Codex at this point. You could probably get Rift Shards. I mean, you know. But, you know, Heart's good. I like the Heart. Makes sense. On Torture.
Yeah, Heart on Torture, certainly not a bad item to have. Draconis starting to push up once more. We'll see if he does go for Whispering Helm. He does still have both of his buybacks available, but his GPM is just not that high. 357. You're looking for higher, and when you're being restricted to your base, there's just not enough farm to go around between the Wild Soul, the Pebbles, the Draconis, and of course even the Ophelia. That's farming better than Pebbles. Pebbles is at 194 gold per minute, by the way.
Yeah, he's really just conceding all the farm to the other players, and I don't know. He's really. I mean, he had some really great early game, but as the games progress, he's just kind of his damage is just almost insignificant at this point.
He's fallen by the wayside for sure. Just not even level 16. at nearly an hour in, your Pebbles isn't level 16. I've seen level 16 Pebbles at like 18 minutes into the game.
Yeah.
So it's really unfortunate, but vtL, they're going to stick into it. This is an elimination match here, so they of course do not want to give this up prematurely. If there's any chance for them to come back here, they want to take it.
Yeah, I don't know. Even maybe Pebbles could at least just get like a push book or a storm spirit or something. They are all grouped up here. I don't know.
I
if
think
they want
NIM4 is going to teleport.
I don't know where he's going to go though.
I have literally no clue. Kongor should be back up in about another 2 minutes, I'm thinking. If my
Yep, there he is.
Well, never mind. He's up now. Double damage is activated. I can hear it on somebody. It is on Wretched Hag. She's hitting for close to 500 damage. And with another 9 seconds left, I always get confused between the Glasiosaur and the double damage. 9 seconds left, and she's going to put in a pretty significant amount of damage into the big monkey. Try to bring him down, and looks like they should. No problem. Token of Life going to be going out, as well as Bananas. Torture going to grab the Bananas, and Token goes to Hag. So with that, Hellborn team, they're going to get into that bottom lane, set their sights to the defensive tower, and then finish off the last of the racks, get those Mega Creeps.
Yeah, Hag just went ahead and finished. I believe he finished his Savage Mace, which of course he should do now. He's got the token. I mean, they're so far ahead. I don't think there's no way he's going to need a buyback. Yeah, Torture finished that Behemoth hard. He's got 3,000 health. Oh my god. How are they ever going to kill him? Warby's just kind of working with the same items, but I mean, he's just. I think the Brutalizer is great because at this point he's just going to be stunning the crap out of whatever he's going on and doing massive damage. So, yeah, I think this is the death push.
Yeah, and they can slow push this as long as they want. Let the other two lanes push in, take all the time that they need. Make sure that the Legion team is super out of position, and then just guarantee themselves a great team fight. Where are the Skeleton Kings? Skeleton Kings are off trying to push back the other wave. So there's no interrupting that because the Skeleton Kings are trying to push. They're coming back now.
Yeah, those are going to be pretty. I mean, I don't think Tempest Hold really matters at this point, but you know, if it did, they'd be, of course, very crucial. So, Hag's got that Savage Mace, so look how he just easily just put out so much damage from his power.
Oh yeah.
Worker's just standing there with the impalement. You know, towers.
He's got the Behemoth's Heart, so he's sitting on a pretty comfortable 3,000 life.
Yeah, look how much he just regens back up after taking all that damage.
21.6 mana regen and 30 health regen. That's absurd. Absolutely absurd. That is a farmed Torture. Like, if we take a look at his GPM, 385, not immense, but it's just so late in the game. A couple towers going to go down. Initiation onto the Torture, but he's so big. Activates those Bananas. Doesn't even need to activate the Bananas. Elemental Void coming in, catching Draconis, and Draconis in some trouble. Ophelia's Gift going to be going out. The Glacial Downpour, the second Elemental Void, this time catching 3 players, and down they all go. Buyback from Draconis. Pebbles in a little bit of trouble. The Bat Blast is going to hit Pebbles, though, and he is going to fall. Wretched Hag might be in a little bit of trouble herself, but they're going to turn it around onto Draconis. Blink up. She's going to be taking the fall, and even going for a little bit of a tower dive, or a well dive now. Wretched Hag's Token of Life will activate, but GG well playeds are coming out as this game is over. Dendi's Jungldevos going on to the finals now of, well, Sound Blaster Heroes League Qualifier number 1. They're going to be going up against the winner of, well, we've got a quarterfinal to finish up, and then we got another semifinal. So we got a couple games before we know who they're going to be playing against, but PUDG looking strong here today. We'll see if they can carry it on over to tomorrow. They're going to be playing that finals match being broadcast by Honcast, I believe, at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. That's noon Pacific. And 9 p.m. over there in Europe, Central European Time. But, Riser, any closing words about that game?
Just, yeah, really well played by PUDG. I was very impressed by their early game, especially Warbeast and Glacius. Just roaming around, setting up kills everywhere, especially in the bottom and top lane. So, good job by them, and GG, well played.
All right, guys. Well, we're going to go to a very quick break while we get the next game set up. Do you know if One Trick Pony already started with Cat Lone Main's team?
I just got invited to a game.
Oh,
so
well.
I don't know if this is okay. This is the one. So I'll tell them to invite you if they have it.
There we go. Guys, we're going to go to a quick break while we get the next one set up. A reminder, we are going to be doing a giveaway of a Sound Blaster Creative wireless tactical 3D Rage headset later on today at the end of the cast, so make sure don't go anywhere. And of course, to be eligible for that, you do need to have followed at Twitter at Soundblaster and Facebook.com/Soundblaster. You need to be liking and following those two. And then, of course, we'll do that contest a little bit later on today. We're going to get into the next game, though. This is Sound Blaster Heroes League, brought to you by Complexity Casting. Of course, a huge shout out to Sound Blaster for making this possible. Also to Newegg and Heroes of Neworth, other partners for the SBHL. And Complexity, ComplexityGaming.com, Facebook.com/ComplexityGaming, and Twitter at ComplexityLive. Let them know how much you like having coLcast here to cover games for you. We do scrims, Han Tour, and now we're doing the Sound Blaster Heroes League. Let them know that you like the coverage so that I can keep on being here, cast and Heroes of Neworth for you guys as much as possible. coLcast, we're going to a quick break. We'll be back in a minute. Don't go anywhere.